Y'all, this is Our Take. This is Mark, the moderator.
Thanks.com. The game's the game always.
Leaf is only family. Brooklyn forever.
Yo, AV the process. Shout to MSG.
Ooh, all right, another shot. All right, so along this line, I'm going to ask a question just to get your thoughts. What's your take on now that the Nets has made the moves that they have made? Should the contending NBA teams going into the trade deadline try to load up to match the big three that the Nets have to make a playoff run? What's your take?
I mean, listen, you can try. I don't know where you're going to find players of that caliber. Now, I know where Mark will go with this. Mark was probably going to say somebody needs to be calling Phoenix for Devin Booker. Somebody needs to be calling Washington for Bradley Beal, right? So I know where Mark is going with this one, and I totally agree with you, Mark. But I think the only, out of those two players, I think Bradley Beal would probably be the only person you could get at this point.
No,
Hold on. I got another name.
Booker out. You could pry Booker out. You could pry a couple guys out if they want to win. If they want a real shot. If they want a real shot, you could pry them out. Now, because look, Harden got out. Westbrook got out of those big contracts. They got out. Yeah. So you can't say you can't pry them out.
True. But yes, Mark, I do agree. I do think, listen, if you're Boston and you still got them boatloads of picks, you can go and get you somebody. You feel what I'm saying? Yo, Boston, like, cause if you look at it, I think it's Boston and the Nets in the Eastern Conference Finals, right? So if you're Boston, you might want to get rid of some of them picks. Mark, you've been saying it for like 2 years. Like, why are y'all holding these picks? Like, what is going on with all these picks? You feel what I'm saying? So if you're gonna cash your chips in, right now is the time to do it. If you feel your squad is one piece away from making it.
Making a run. Look at the Bucks. The Bucks need a third wing now. They need to start thinking about really trying to, who can we bring in here to help us? But go ahead, Abe.
I think the Bucks need two players.
Well, they can't pay $5 top dollars. So with
now you got trade Middleton. He ain't it, bro.
Okay, go ahead, Abe.
I'm gonna disagree with Chris Middleton, but I feel like this is set up exclusively for me. But
That's a setup for you. I don't give a fuck about Sixers. What are you talking about? Why am I gonna make it about you? I'm gonna make it about the Sixers.
There's only 4 teams, maybe, I think, in the East that got a shot. All right,
but even the West, though. But you got to think about the West and the East. If you want to win,
you got to think about
to be on both sides of it. The Clippers, you got to look at the Clippers. You got to look at the Lakers. You got to look at those teams that are up there that has a real viable chance of getting to the finals on adding a piece. And you got to look at the trade deadline as just like Lee said.
I think. Listen, it's kind of what Lee said. Anybody that is looking to win a chip today, now, near future, you got to look at what's out there. I think the guys that'll be out there, the Zach LaVines, in my opinion,
Aaron Gordon.
Good name.
I don't know about Aaron Gordon. I'm not sure yet. But the Zach LaVines, the Bradley Beals, the your homeboy. What's homeboy from Charlotte? What's his name?
Rozier,
Teddy Rozier is going to be out there because they want to start LaMelo. They want to start LaMelo. That's call what it is. Terry Rozier is going to be out there. But is he a difference maker? I don't know. No. But somebody like Will Barton from Denver, those are the types of guys that's going to be out there. Those are the tiers of people that are going to be out there. So
can I throw Denver out there again this year that they need to make a move?
High five, Mark. High five.
No, they absolutely have. Listen, but you know why they got to make a move? Because and I think he's an electric player. you're not sure what you're getting from Jamal Murray every night in and night out. You know what I'm saying? He's along the lines of the Zach LaVine. You don't know what you're getting from these guys night in and night out.
I think Zach LaVine is more.
I'm sorry, Lee. I know.
No. I'm being real. You know, I like Jamal Murray too, but I think Zach LaVine is more consistent than Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray actually said something that was very interesting to me. He was like, "Yo, it was easier to play ball in the bubble. There was no travel. You feel what I'm saying? Yo, you didn't have to worry about none of that. You're like, yo, you finished the game, you got right back to rehabbing. You ain't have to get up. Right. You ain't get waked up on a plane at 3:00 in the morning like, yo, we land now. You got to drive home. So there's a difference. But yeah, go back to your point. I just wanted to say Zach LaVine is consistent.
So I think it's more so of what you're willing to give up. What's funny is I've been listening and thinking about what Mark me said about picks, and I'm not so sure how much people value picks anymore. Like I'm looking at it like, yo, you got to get a solidified player in order to make a hit. Like picks is like really, really long term, right? So it just matters how much does Boston value those picks. You know, one of the things that perturbed Philly was they was trying to ask for the picks and Maxey. It wasn't even about Ben Simmons. It was Maxey. They didn't want to give up Maxey, you know, Thibault and Ben Simmons and the picks. So I look at it like, what do you value more, G? So it's all about what the value is. If you're trying to win right now and you can see it, all or nothing. You got to make a trade. You got to
nothing, kid.
Yo, picks only matter when you're looking to the following year and you see a draft class that got LeBron, Wade, Melo. We're not seeing that right now, right? We're not seeing that right now.
Go on, Banks. You haven't went yet. Go ahead.
Sorry. Do teams need to do that? Yeah. If I was Boston, you gotta go all in at this point, because this window that you got with these players, I'm not saying it's closing, but you're seeing teams pass you by that you had no idea were even in your rearview mirror. They just passed you like Usain Bolt. All this draft capital that you got to turn it. You got to put your chips in the table. Now, the only like everybody said with picks, right? The only thing that you're looking at, this is what I was thinking about for a team that has somebody that might want to get out of Devin Booker or something like that. You got to be looking towards the future. If you're like a Phoenix or something like that, you might want to be looking at. I don't know how far his draft class is, but Amani Bates. You're looking at a kid like that in terms of draft capital and stuff like that, in terms of what you want for Devin Booker. But yeah, if you really want to win right now, if you want to be on that level, Boston might be a Devin Booker away from being on the level of the Nets. I put that 3 up against that Nets 3. Now, granted, the Nets 3 is more talented, but they seem like they're more ego driven.
Can I say this though, Banks? When you start to the reason why the Nets, in my opinion, are just a real different situation, because we're talking about like super elite guys, right? So now when you start talking about, all right, let's talk about Devin Booker potentially just say Boston, right? You talking about you got to give up Kemba. Kemba's out of there, right? You got to give up Kemba. You may have to give up another young player and a couple of picks. I'm more so, wait, give 1 second more. I'm more so, how do you still develop like continuity with the guys you bring in? Because that's not so easy. You know what I'm saying? Harden and them may make it look easy, but when you start talking about Devin Booker coming over or somebody that is of that allure, how do you implement those guys with losing some of the core plays that you had? I think that's a roll of the dice. That's what I'm saying. Go ahead, Mark.
But what I'm going to say is this: when you say you automatically got to give up Kemba, I just watched Houston make a move, and the Nets didn't have to give up Kyrie. The Nets didn't have to give up what we thought they would have to get a Harden.
No, what you thought.
Okay. Okay, what I thought. Okay,
because they gave up Karis LeVert. Say what you want.
Wait. But Karis is not, again. When you talk about a main piece, the Boston might not have to give up a main piece. They might not have to. Right. So,
but they gave up. But for Harden, no more. They got a lot of picks,
but listen, man. But they got all those picks that they can they can dangle out there still. They can still throw those picks out there. And teams, as we seen what the Nets did, the Nets gave up the 4 picks that they had to bring this dude in. So that if you can dangle it out there, people, because giving up Jared Allen and Claris I mean, yo, I'm gonna take that for a Harden. That's a bona fide. That's bona fide numbers.
If Harden walks in 2 years, though,
but that's 2 years. All or nothing now. You're not looking down the road. You're looking at all or nothing now.
Is Kemba a main piece? Boston was only second to the Lakers without him. So
let me tell you this
all the time.
Listen, let me say this. If you have Devin Booker go to Boston with Kimber, Jaylen Brown, and Tatum, that's a good nuke right there that you can at least compete better than not having him. That's all I'm saying to you. Where you sit at now, you have less of a chance because of that big three. You have less of a chance.
I agree with Mark. Like they'll be able to compete more. Because think about it. The Nets smacked Boston twice already without James Harden.
So
you know what I mean?
So you got to bring some firepower
after halftime.
I mean, but let's call it what it is, though. It's still relatively early. I mean, let's not. I don't want to you know what I'm saying? I don't want to say that's. I don't know.
But let me say this: a team like Philly, a team like the Lakers. If Philly were to make a move right now, if the Lakers brought in Dame, let's say the Lakers made a move and brought in Dame or brought in Booker or let's say bring in CJ. That's going to make them a different team. It's a different team when you do that, especially going down the actual stretch. What you have right now, if you stay pat right now, you know the road is even harder to get to the finals.
I wouldn't even mention the Lakers, Mark. I would go to a team who you said earlier. I think the Clippers is on the clock. Because not only do you have to get past the Lakers, now you have to worry about the Nets. The Clippers still got pressure on them, bro. They still don't let all this news with the Nets go on take us away from what the Clippers need to do, because everyone thought and they said they was gonna do it last year. I was one of those people.
Yo, I'm gonna be real with you, man. You may want to really record this.
I'm already recording.
As opposed to what we're doing now? What the hell
you gonna change?
You gotta put some special effects on this. And all
I'm sorry. Let me change it over to 4K now. Go ahead, man.
You might want to put it on 8K, G. Philly got to decide what they're gonna do with Ben. I ain't even gonna front, son. Like they really got to decide.
Man, you been your money.
Nah, here's why. No.
Come on, man.
Can I work? Can I work? I let y'all live. Let me work, man. Because I don't want y'all. I want to hear y'all say, "Oh, Abe, you said." This is what I said to you a few weeks ago. I thought Philly was going to trade him because I see what's happening, right? The reality is that Philly has to decide whether they have enough shooting moving forward and they hope everybody gets back that you could cover for Ben's lack of offense, or, they got to trade him. You know why? Because his trade value is going to get lower. His trade value is going to get lower and lower once teams start to realize, nah, he's not really worth it from an offensive side of the game. That's what I'm saying.
See what's going on right now.
I'm keeping it a buck, man. What's going on, Lee? What's going on?
Avery got married. Avery met this chick and got married real quick, and now he brought her home and realized she can't cook. She don't clean. You know what I mean? Like
she got a whole past I didn't know about. Now I want out. You didn't tell me about that before.
She got bad breath.
What you mean you be leaving the seat up, yo?
Mark, Avery in the bed, her cell phone ringing at 2:00 in the morning. She like, yo, he's here. I'll call you in the morning.
But I mean, that's just the reality. It's looking at Doc. I'm telling you, the league pass is open my eyes to a lot more too. It's looking at after seeing the Nets last night. I was saying to my wife was sitting next to me, and I was like, I don't know how we're gonna beat this team. She's like, who the hell? What are you talking about? I'm like, I have no clue how Philly's gonna have a shot against that team, G.
But Philly got to make a move. Listen.
Got to make a move.
The Bucks, everybody in the league that has a chance has to be on notice. And if you pass up the trade deadline and by bringing in subpar talent, kid, and you ain't really going for it, man.
And the Bucks gave it their all last night. The Bucks gave it their all last night.
Leave. Miami's a team that's right there. If they could pull a trigger,
needs to do. They might have to trade.
Pull a trigger. They can match this. They can at least be able to be in a better situation. That's all you
think about it. Think about it. They backed out of the Harden deal also
because they not trying to give up Tyler Hero. You gonna give up Tyler Hero?
Money for Harden?
I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree with you.
Damn Skippy.
I
For
agree with
Devin
you.
Booker, I'm giving up. Yo.
I'm
Hero,
not worried about James
outta
Harden
here.
in South Beach. James Harden is leaving King of Diamonds and coming straight to the arena. I'm okay with it.
Yo, money. There's certain players, kid. A hero. I can. Yo, listen. Booker is bona fide.
Nobody can match this. Nobody can match this. People can put themselves in better situations. Nobody can match this. Not even the Lakers.
No, hold up. Banks. No, I cannot agree with you, BB. Just because of this. When you can match points, then it comes down to defense. A guy like Booker going to certain teams, Booker can drop 25, 30 on each night. That's a game changer.
Give me a team.
If he go to the Lakers, he go to the Clippers.
Who go to the Lakers?
Booker.
Devin
Booker.
Devin Booker go to the Lakers. Devin Booker go to the Lakers. He can average 25 because LeBron will be able to coast until playoff time.
But when I talk about matching, we talking about 3 of the top offensive players in the league in their prime. No team can match that. Even if you go to the Lakers, LeBron is a little bit past his prime now. He's still very good. He's still elite, but he is past his prime.
I give you, but listen what I'm going to say to you. When you
That's
got a
past the
Booker,
prime.
when you got Anthony Davis, you can match firepower with those guys. Again, it's better situation rather than you walking with just with.
That's all I said.
I do think that a team that has an adequate amount of depth can push Brooklyn. I do think that. But as far as when it matters in a tight game, at no point did I say to myself last night, "Oh, Milwaukee's gonna win this game." This is too much.
That lead evaporated like that.
But Avery, let me ask this question: If the Bucks last night, just like you were saying, with Chris Middleton, he's okay. He's the lead dog in the fourth quarter for some reason. I don't even understand that. That's a different conversation. It's a different conversation. But add Devin Booker next to him. And look how the floor spreads down. With those two opposite sides, with the Greek Freak, think about what you got there. And now how much harder are they to actually defend when you're talking about you want to match points? That's all I'm saying to you.
I see it, but I just don't see the capital. I don't see Milwaukee having the capital to get a Devin Booker. That's all I'm saying. I don't see.
I don't know how it happened. I don't know what their draft pick situation is, but they have young talent there. The one thing but if I'm them, I'm looking to make a move to make this roster better to match up. That's all I'm saying.
Think about it. Listen, Milwaukee could get other teams involved. The Nets did what they had to do to make that move happen. Indiana, come here. Let me talk to y'all right quick. You know what I mean? You can get other teams involved to get what you want.
That's very true because they got the Magic involved. It was the Bucks involved. I mean the Magic. Who else was it?
Indiana.
It was the Magic. Indiana and Atlanta. I think also didn't they get someone? No. Indiana got someone.
Indiana got Karis LeVert. Houston, because Oladipo went to Houston.
So once again, but that's all.
32 last night, just FYI.
Who that?
Oladipo.
Yo, you know what's the crazy shit? Look what happened to Karis LeVert, man.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I still it's a little topic, but I thought he had the passive physical.
Stop.
Me too.
Yeah, I know, but that's a whole nother topic. All right, y'all. This is our take, man.
Fly it back to Houston, man.
Mark and Avery, that goes to your point about marketing and what the NBA wants to happen. Because that trade was not supposed to go through.
Happen. You're right. I agree. All right, y'all.